What's going on, guys? It's Hector here. Whatever day you're watching this, I hope you're having a great day. For me, it is a Sunday afternoon. It is a gloomy Sunday afternoon. There is nobody in the gym parking lot. It is quite empty, and I think it just has to do with this weather. Nobody wants to be out. It's cold, it's wet, it's sticky. People are at home. They're snuggled up. They're eating French fries. I don't know what people are doing right now. But what we're doing is we're going to stay consistent on the game plan. The game plan is arms. The game plan is cardio, and we're sticking with what we need to get done in order to reach the goals. It's all about consistency. It's all about consistency on a daily basis. So we're gonna get in there. We're gonna get this arm workout done, and right after, we're gonna get some food for the week at Costco. Shout out to Costco for this jacket you see here. It has come in handy, and for $10, I've been making this well worth it. So we're gonna get in there. We're gonna get this workout done. That's it.
All right, so we're starting off today's workout with some ladders. So if you have a Smith machine, feel free to use that. Our gym has this apparatus, I don't know what you call it, but it lets me start at the bottom and might work my way up to the top. So the whole premise of this is to start at the bottom, go to failure, go to the next one, go to failure, and so on and so forth until you cannot go on any longer. This gets me just pumped up for the workout and ready to go. All right, so next up on the list, we have some preacher curls. This has to be one of my top exercises of all time. One thing I will say is that this bar in particular at this gym, I don't know if it's me, but I'm pretty sure the bar is crooked because every time I use it, I feel my right arm way more engaged than my left, but that's beside the point. I like to start off with something like this just because it keeps the tension on the bicep, doesn't allow me to use momentum, even though I use momentum. I call it strategic momentum because even though I'm using it down at the bottom, the entire weight is felt on the bicep. So it's a good way to get some extra force reps since I work out solo, the no friend life, and we get sick pumps and we just keep this going. So here we're doing a drop set. We're gonna drop this down. We're gonna do some wide curls. I didn't get as many as I wanted to. We got a couple. I think I got like 4 or 5, and then we switched it right back up to close grip. Come on, there you go. I hate doing wide grips because I'm so weak at that specific lift. All right, so up next we have some dips. Today I opted for this machine versus bodyweight dips. I still don't know how I feel about this machine. You can't really tell, but I am not locked in. So my body can swivel left and right, which I guess if you think about it, it's going to engage the core a little bit more. But whenever I'm doing something, especially with this much weight, I prefer to be locked in and fixed to focus on the muscle that we're targeting versus having to engage my core, you know? Definitely, I would like it if it was optional, but not sure what they were thinking with this just moving all the way side to side. I hate that. Either way, this was a good set. We pushed as hard as we could. As you can tell, look at that face. It is red. Anyway, we're going at it. We got like a couple more reps in. So one thing that I was doing on this specific set is I was doing 3 different grips. So I started up high on the bar, which was targeting more of the tricep. And as I did my drop sets, I moved it further back to target more of the chest. So what I've noticed is that the further my hands are back, the stronger I am. So I save those for the last part of the set. All right, so before we get into this next exercise, I want to take a brief moment to bring in our sponsor. I'm just kidding. There's no sponsors. We have like 5 subscribers, but we're manifesting it. It's coming. Stay tuned for that. We are doing some reverse curls. Earlier we did the preacher curl. Now we're going to hit the top side of the forearm. As you can tell, it has lost some beef, but we're going to work on it. Little known fact about me is that I had a pretty bad elbow injury back in 2014, which we're not going to get into right now, but there was a point in time where I could not do a hammer curl with a 10-pound dumbbell, and here we are. We're going back at it. So it's a sign. Stay consistent. You will get over any obstacle that comes your way. So we're doing a superset specifically on this right here. So we're going to jump into some dumbbell curls after I drop this. Here we go. And we're just going to go until failure. We're going to go 2 at a time. And then once we can't do 2 at a time, we're going to drop it to 1 at a time. We are going to just burn out here, get as much blood into that bicep as possible. We are going to get juicy for summertime. All right, boys and girls, we made it to the last exercise. So full disclosure, I wanted to do a free weight skull crusher, but all of the benches were taken, so we opted for this one. It is a good plan B. I like this one because you can rest your elbows on the pad and really isolate the triceps. So we knocked them all out. We did as much as we could. We'd made this a drop set as well. That's been my theme for the last month. We're doing drop sets and we're doing a lot of partials. We're really just trying to flood the muscle with as much blood as possible to get the best pump out of it.
All right, so the workout is done. It went exactly as I wanted it to. We were lifting the weights that I was expecting to. We got a good pump. We got good contractions. We got 30 minutes of cardio in. Some days you just go in, you execute exactly the way you want, and today was one of those days. So I'm grateful for it because it does not happen every single day where you just feel just on top of the world and it goes the way you want. Lately, I've been dealing with allergies, or I'm assuming it's allergies, and I haven't been able to breathe as well as I want to. So that's affected my quality of sleep, which is affecting my recovery, which in turn affects every single workout that I have. So that in turn affects my motivation. So you can see it's like an ongoing chain reaction where just allergies is affecting everything in my life. So I'm grateful that hopefully has passed. It's been a good week, and I feel like I'm finally getting back to a point where I'm going to start being able to execute the workouts the way I want. A cool feature on my Garmin watch, and it's kind of spooky the way it knows. So my Garmin watch right here, it tracks your HRV, and I'm not going to sit here and act like I know exactly what that all means, but it's your heart rate variability, and essentially what that is supposed to indicate is like your overall recovery, stress levels. It indicates fatigue. Basically, as you wear it, it learns your HRV, right? So it learns the thresholds where you're supposed to be at, and whenever you're above or below the threshold, that essentially means you're probably not primed to perform as well as you should. And it's really funny because for whatever reason, my HRV the last like 3 to 4 weeks has been in what it calls strained, so in the red basically. And my workouts just were not up to par. As good as I felt that I slept, or as good as I felt that I ate, or like I could have a perfect sequence of events, a good breakfast, good recovery in my eyes, and that day or the last few weeks as my HRV was off, my workouts were off. And it's really weird how like this week my HRV has been slowly getting back to the green, and now I'm noticing like, okay, I'm bringing back the intensity of my workouts. So shout out to Garmin for making a really good product that I should use more often, because I know I should probably back off if my HRV starts to get back in the red. So I'm definitely going to use that more than I have been, because to be honest, whenever I see my HRV in the red, I just ignore it, and I'm like, you know what? What does Garmin know? What do their engineers know about my health? And I go in the gym and have a bad workout. So definitely am going to make more use out of that. So anyway, now that the workout is done, we're going to replenish what we just used, and we're going to go to one of my favorite restaurants in the San Antonio area. If you're in San Antonio, this is a spot you definitely need to check out. I think it's a hidden gem because not many people talk about it, and it's one of my favorite restaurants that I have found in my entire time that I've been here in the city. So let's go check it out. All right, guys. There she is. You can't see it, but it's called Fajita Express. It's out here on the far west side of San Antonio. Fajita Express, if you're watching this and this video goes viral, you guys owe me like a lifetime fajita plate. Lifetime. Until the day I die. All right, so we just got the food. I ordered a birria. It's like a quesadilla, but with something called birria, and I'm Hispanic and I should know this, but I have no idea. But it's some sort of meat in like sauce. I didn't make it sound appealing, but it's really good. I'll show you guys what it looks like. Anyway, it's probably gonna tip me over my calories. I'm not even gonna lie, but I've been really good this week. I didn't cross my threshold since I've been tracking, which is going on a week now, and my weight's actually been trending down. So I earned myself a little something, At least that's what I told myself. But overall, I definitely want to include days like this where I have something that I can look forward to, right? I mean, I can't live in a constant state of starvation, especially since I'm not a competitor. I'm not going to take this to a point where I'm going to step on stage. I have no desire to step on stage in any form. So the reason I work out, the reason I want to progress is just for self-improvement. I want a better quality of life, and I want to just enjoy my body to its fullest potential. I'm in my 30s now, and I know that as I get older, it's going to get a lot harder. So I just have to be more cognizant of what I'm eating, how I'm working out. It's all about longevity. I'm not looking to go to the extremes. So if I want to enjoy some delicious quesadillas, I'm going to enjoy some delicious quesadillas. I'm not going to penalize myself. I'm not trying to live in that type of environment. That's not fun, Plus, even if I was, there's ways to enjoy foods you like, and also getting to a point where you're proud of the body you want. So it's all about balance. So I'm not going to stress out about the calories in this food, in this meal, because even if I wake up a little heavier tomorrow, it's not going to make a difference in the grand scheme of things, because we are tracking on a weekly basis now. And if I see that meals like this are wrecking my progress, then yeah, and of course we're going to readjust and maybe decrease the frequency, or maybe take a look at what kind of cheat meals, and I hate calling them cheat meals, what kind of meals that have large amounts of calories, taking a look at how I can modify them to make sure that they're not going to wreck any sort of, they're not going to wreck my progress, is what I'm trying to say. So we'll figure that out. We'll get to that bridge once we get to it. Let's get home. I'm hungry.